Great. Hi, Tanya. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you, Jennifer?
I'm good. It's so nice to see you again.
Yes, it's been a while
I know you've been done the program now for 6 weeks, 2 months. What is that?
already. Time flies.
It does. And so not only am I happy to see you to do this interview, it's just a nice chance because it's been a little bit since we've had you in the group. So I appreciate your time, and I'm just going to ask you a few simple questions just to, give your experience of what happened for you during the program. And I guess the first question is, how did you feel before joining the program? What were some of your symptoms that you were suffering with, or some of the reasons why you wanted to join a program like this?
Well, because of where I'm at in my age, and I was having some hot flashes and not knowing what was coming with menopause. My biggest fear was to kind of get stuck in a situation where I needed to take meds or hormones or whatever, and not knowing how I was going to react to it. I was really looking for solutions that are more natural and more in line with my beliefs, I guess.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to feel good all through it. You know what I mean? And there's so many people that either don't feel well or aren't happy during that time.
Yeah.
And for me, you can't waste a minute. So I didn't want to be unhappy or not feel well. And so that was my main reasons why I wanted to kind of tap into the program.
Yeah, that's nice. And I remember when we first met, you had a very good understanding of health, and you had already gone through a lot of things to take care of yourself, but there seemed to just be this missing piece of putting it all together so that you could move through menopause, as you say, feeling good and happy and not relying on hormone replacement or medications and all that. So let's just touch a little bit about your sleep, because when you came into the program, your sleep wasn't the greatest because of the hot flashes at nighttime.
Yeah.
So how long did it take for that to improve in the program?
Well, that's quite interesting because it worked quickly enough. I stopped waking up every hour or 2 hour and my heart flashes weren't very long, like mini ones, but still you wake up.
Yeah.
But then it came back. And I remember during one of the group calls saying, oh, it came back. What's that? Why is that? And so you gave me a few suggestions, which I immediately started doing, and it went away again. And sometimes I might feel once in a while, but I find that I can pinpoint why. It's either because I haven't been following what I've learned.
Yep.
Or you kind of take a shortcut sometimes, and I feel it. So it's just kind of to remember that this works, and if you stick to it, you feel better.
I always love when women have the experience of something going away, and then they test the waters, like, you know what, I'm going to do that again the way I used to do, or I'm going to eat that again. And they get immediate feedback, usually of a hot flash or a sleepless night or moods or night sweat, whatever it is. And so I'm happy that, you can pinpoint now why you're getting a hot flash. And it seems, from what I understand, it's something that you've no one's perfect. Everyone just veers off, and we travel, we're on vacation, or whatever it is.
Life happens, and you can be sitting in front of a plate where there are tomatoes in them or green peppers or whatever. And you think, okay, well, it'll be fine. And it is fine. I mean, even if you do have that hot flash, it's like, okay, I know it's that.
Yeah.
I'm not on a awful route again, or.
That's right. Another thing I noticed with you, Tanya, going through the program is your digestion improved so much with the gas, the bloating, and just having more energy after you eat. And
Mhm.
you just had this more stable, kind of reliable hunger and digestion system going on. How did that feel to have that improve?
Oh, that feels wonderful. I remember after eating something, I could feel really heavy and kind of not sick to my stomach, but almost.
Yeah.
I would feel like that often. I would bloat, but that's all gone. And I think what the program gave me for that was to stop kind of figuring out which research in nutrition is best, or you don't eat bread, or
Mm.
do you eat bread, can you eat potatoes, you can't eat potatoes, and it's that kind of struggle that you go through when you read a lot about nutrition and how to eat healthy. There's so many opposing um, concepts out there, and it's how to
Yeah.
navigate that, and I find that the program kind of gave me, what, try this, and that kind of settled my mind, instead of reading another article and saying, oh, I have to stop eating this, or I have to start eating that. It just kind of calmed
Yeah.
everything down, and I really felt the difference though.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I remember going through that phase where you read one article, eat dairy. You read another article, don't eat dairy, eat meat, don't eat meat. And it got to the point where I felt like I was going crazy with
Yeah.
overwhelming information, and they all proved their points, right?
Yes, they all make sense. And they all have research to back it up. And it's like, what's best for me? And I think
Yeah.
that's the piece in the program, when you kind of ask us to go through our symptoms, and you kind of suggest something that's little, well, not totally tailored to you, but somewhat to you. And
Yeah.
when I followed that, it really, really was helpful for me.
Yeah, that's nice. I find Ayurveda takes kind of the guesswork out of trying to figure
Mhm.
out what to eat, when to eat it, because it is based on an individual, right?
Mhm.
So I guess speaking about that is, what did you think of going through the program with the support that I offered? And also, what did you think about the group experience?
That was quite interesting for me. Like the support, I really, really enjoyed our first interview,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed the group meetings, in the sense that there was a check-in at the beginning, and then you went through questions. And being more of an introvert, it um, group things, usually I don't know really how to behave in them. You know what I mean? But I found it was a safe space.
Mm.
And it was really, really interesting, and it was really eye-opening for me, because as you were saying at the beginning, I've been working at this for a long time, not really having a roadmap, but trying a lot of different things. But when you listen to other stories, it's like, okay, you're going to kind of put things in perspective,
Yeah.
and some of my symptoms weren't half as bad. It kind of made me realize that I'm impatient, and wanting to live my life fully. I want to feel well all the time, and that's okay. But I realize that some women really have it rough.
Yeah, yeah. You were in a very, very supportive group. I love all the groups, but your group really connected. I found everyone just showed up there for each other and was open and real. And I think a lot of women in your group had never been in a group situation either, and so it was a new thing for everyone. It was really nice to see. Yeah. What would you say to someone who's thinking about joining the program, but is really nervous, or really afraid because maybe they've tried everything else? And why would this be any different?
Um, I would say that it's worth trying, in the sense that, for me, I was one of these people that read a lot and tried a lot of things, and it's very active. but it helped me connect the dots between
Mm,
everything, and it kind of just made more sense instead of seeing things in isolated packages.
yeah.
There's a nutrition piece. Okay, now I'm active. Okay, now I have to kind of think of my mental health or well-being, and it's just that it kind of it gives you that train of thought that's common to everything, and it's all
Mm,
linked together. So for me, that was okay, this makes sense. And I think everybody that wants to feel better should kind of go, not should, but should go through that and live that okay, this makes sense to me. And I think there's so much information out there, you kind of need a little guidance to really get it. It's
yeah.
not that you can't by yourself, it's just that it's a lot of time, and you can't bounce ideas with anybody when you do it by
Mm,
yourself. And that's one piece where the group and with you that I got, that I wasn't getting when I was reading articles by myself or just talking to one colleague about it. When you have a group there and you've got these different perspectives,
yeah.
it kind of helps you make sense in your own mind.
That makes a lot of sense. It really does, because I think you and I were similar. Before I found Ayurveda, I read and tried different diets and different health plans and different foods. And I experienced some changes sometimes, but nothing at a level that healed me by any means. I just would have, okay, now I feel a little bit better. And so I like how you said that this is kind of a roadmap, but it's a holistic roadmap, right?
Mhm.
This program touches on the emotional piece, the physical piece, the well-being, the hormonal piece, everything, to kind of just step by step by step. So I'm glad that's how you experience, because that's really what I was trying to offer women is, here's something simple. Here are the steps, and there's time to become, the healthier, happier you. It's not an overnight fix. So I guess on the final question, Tanya, is, do you feel that this program changed your life?
It definitely changed a lot of aspects of my life in the sense that I feel more in control.
Mm,
I know, how they say knowledge is bliss.
yeah.
I kind of feel that way in a sense that, if I do have a hot flash, I can pinpoint, okay, I ate that, or I went to bed a little later, or, I can figure it out. And when life gets busy, I know how to get back to it.
Mm,
And that's the piece that I find that is life changing, is that you have the tools to manage life and still feel well, or even if you fall off the wagon a little bit,
yeah.
it's not the end of the world. You can hop back on quickly, and you know what to do, and quickly you see the results.
Mm. That makes a lot of sense, because everyone will fall off sometimes. But before Ayurveda for me is just like, how do I get back on? And how do I get back to feeling better? And the old me would have just started Googling what to
And
eat,
then you
all those things.
start
Oh,
and start something new.
exactly.
Like, oh, I found another idea. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it kind of it takes care of that. There's none of that left. So
Oh, so
that
nice.
for me is just, oh wow. I even, at the grocery store, sometimes I would read, um, titles of articles and think, oh, I need to read that. And now I look at them and I find them, oh, that's interesting. And I don't feel the need to go read another article.
Mhm.
I still keep up and I do read things, but I don't, I feel that I know.
Yes, that's exactly how I feel. I call it knowingness. You have a knowingness that you know how to live your life now so that you don't get sick, you don't emotionally fall down into a deep dark pit, or you're just so anxious. You have this knowing now of how to take care of yourself, like you said, the tools now, and
Yep.
you'll always have those will never
Yeah.
go away, which is so nice.
Yep.
So nice, Tanya, to hear your experience. I already knew because we got to know each other over 6 months, and this was just a treat. Reconnecting with you. You look amazing. You're doing great. It sounds like you're having a great summer. So thank you so much. And I know we'll be connecting again in the future. So
thank you, Jennifer. And I always found that you were very open to anything anybody had to bring to the table. And that was just wonderful. Like there's no judgment, and it's just so easy to talk about anything or pose any questions. So yeah, thank you.
yeah, we had some, oh, you're welcome. Thank you. We definitely had some good laughs.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, it was fun.
It was fun, actually. Yeah. And a lot of tears too, but a lot of laughs. So really just the whole spectrum of the human emotion we would go through on each group call. So it was
That's
a great
part of the
experience.
journey.
It is well said. Yeah. Okay, Tanya, I will let you get back to work and we will connect soon.
Thank you.
Okay,
See you
thank
soon.
you.
Bye.